Hi there, welcome to Emperia Tarot. I'm Emperia, and this is going to be a channeled tarot message for you. We're going to start with the overall general energy for you, and we're also going to look at someone in your energy. I have already dealt the cards, and we're ready to jump straight into it. But just before we do that, I want to let you know that there will be an extended on this reading. If this resonates with you, check that out if you want to go a little bit deeper into the message. All right, I have your pile right here. I'm going to lay these cards out, and then we're going to talk about them. So for your animal spirit, we've got higher calling. You're connecting to the lion archetype. One second, I have to turn that music down just slightly. We also have the Fool here. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have higher calling, the lion, the Fool, and the Queen of Pentacles for your primary archetypes right now. Connected to the lion higher calling is the Sun in reverse. This is your draconian dragon message, and it says culmination, completion, and renewal. And here we have the shadow aspect. This is connected to the Queen of Pentacles archetype energy, and this is what is either preventing you from embodying this energy fully, or this will explain how to best utilize this energy at this time. And we've got obscurity and deceit. Okay, so let's talk about this higher calling card first and the Sun in reverse. The card itself says, you have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. And here we have the Sun in reverse. The Sun card is considered the happiest card in the deck, yes, but it's so much more than that at the same time. The Sun upright represents fulfillment, happiness, but it also represents your aspirations, your career, the purpose and meaning that you have connected with within your human life, within the 3D, okay? And at the moment, I'm seeing it in reverse, so I'm seeing a disconnect from your higher calling. Something that you are being nudged towards or called towards, you may be ignoring that at this time, or you may have slightly disconnected from something that is a part of your... I want to be careful using the word destiny, because I believe, anyway, personally, I believe that there are universal factors at play that we cannot control, that work in our favor, that sometimes work in a certain way to direct us on a certain path. But I also strongly believe that we are the creators. Destiny and self-creation can exist at the same time. So there can be many timelines that you can step into, depending on the choices that you make in your life. There are different paths that can open up for you. There's endless possibilities with the direction that you can go in within your life as a creator, okay? You are also co-creating with the universe, the universal energies, which are very malleable, that work with you, that work for you. If we look at the philosophy of everything is thought, everything is mind, right? Everything begins with a thought and then it manifests into reality. I'm seeing a message here about this. There's something that you're being called to do. This is also a card of community, because in a lion pride, there are many lions, a family of lions. So I also feel like you may be exploring your friendships and your community aspect of life at this time, and you may be trying to connect with a specific group of people or a specific frequency. Others that understand you and others that are alike you, that maybe have the same interests and goals in life. I feel like you're being nudged towards these people, this group of people, your tribe, so to speak. I'm feeling a slight disconnect at this time from this higher calling, so this may be something that you want to explore more. Maybe you feel misaligned with what you're currently doing as a career. You may feel misaligned with the group of people that you are currently connected to, and you may be trying to navigate this right now. The lion is also a creator of its own kingdom. It rules its own realm. So this is also about building your own kingdom and living through your own authority. Okay? Not through someone else's authority of life, through your own authority of life. And your community and connections should reflect this higher calling of yours. I also feel like this is a call for you to connect to a higher vibration, a higher frequency. There's nothing wrong with focusing on the materialistic. There's nothing wrong with focusing on the 3D and about enjoying pleasure. That's not what this is about, but I'm seeing that you could potentially sometimes focus too much on the material. This is also asking you to focus more on your spiritual calling. What are you being asked to do in your heart and in your soul? Okay, what are you being called towards? What do you naturally gravitate towards? Okay. So you're being asked to explore this because there is something that you are disconnected from at the moment. And it could have something to do with your higher calling. And this can be anything from the way that you express yourself out into the world, because the sun is also about self-expression, the energy of the sun. So I'm feeling a strong message around authenticity and expressing yourself with this. And there's a disconnect from this, okay? So there may be aspects of yourself that you need to explore and express. You may be hiding them away for some reason, okay? Or you may be holding back for some reason. All right. Even with earthly limitations, whatever those limitations may show up as, there's still a learning experience. They're still there because they are meant to be overcome. They are meant to show you that there is another way, and that maybe this way isn't the current way. Okay. With this culmination card, the culmination card is about empowerment, okay? This figure here is sitting on this giant dragon head figure. And they're sitting on their own throne. They're very confident. They're exactly where they need to be. They're very empowered, okay? They live in their own domain. They live through their own authority. They make the decisions in this realm, nobody else, okay? They're sitting on top of their mind. This is also representative of their own mind, their own sovereignty. So I'm getting strongly this is coming through in this reading about creation, self-creation, also about self-exploration and stepping into authenticity, because this is going to empower you. I feel like you will connect to your higher calling much more easily, and you will align much more easily to your calling if you are empowered. I feel like there could be something that is disempowering you at the moment and may need a slight adjustment in your life. So you probably, by saying this, you would probably pick up on right away what this could be. Because I don't know everything that's happening in your life, but you do. So if you really sit with this and you think about it right now, what in your life feels misaligned, or what in your life feels like it needs to change or shouldn't belong there, or that you don't fit in anymore, or something that is making you feel disempowered, disattaching you from your authenticity and empowerment and sovereignty. This is what needs to be looked at, okay? Completion and renewal. So this could also be attached to a cycle that you are either stuck in or trying to move away from. All right. And I'm seeing that confirmed with the Fool here as well. New beginnings, a leap of faith. This is the leap of faith card. This is about starting something new. So you are also embodying this archetype right now, the Fool archetype. This is about stepping into something with the beginner's mind, being okay with being a beginner again, or being okay with not having all of the answers, and exploring something new and learning something new, being a beginner again. This has nothing to do with your age or who you are or your gender or anything like that. Everyone is a beginner, okay, throughout their life in something. You know, if you were a lawyer all of your life and then suddenly you want to become a painter, you have to be comfortable with learning again. You have to be comfortable with not knowing everything and understanding that you're not going to know everything and that it's not going to look perfect and it won't be perfect. Okay, so I'm seeing a message here about that. So if you do have a lot of pride connected to your career especially, or connected to what you have currently built, I feel like this is a message about moving away from this energy and being okay with letting your guard down and learning again. All right, it's not a reflection of your value or your worth or your skill. It's a reflection of your ability to take a leap of faith towards something that is calling you to do something new, calling you towards a path that aligns with you right now in your life. It's asking you to put the pride down and to step into courage, to step into bravery. Because when you really want something, when you really truly want something, when your self-expression can no longer be contained and it wants to express itself. I mean, look at this card itself as well. It's very It's very dark, but there's a lot of color in it, and the color is coming from the Fool. So I feel like this is an expression of you, something you want to express. This could be a hobby that you keep to yourself, just something for your own self-expression. Or you may want to go further with it and put it out into the world, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. What matters is your ability to step into the beginner mindset again. We see that here with the culmination. You will empower yourself by putting down the pride. This may seem like the opposite, but it's not. Those who are grounded, those who are wise and knowledgeable and strong, are the ones who have been okay with failing time and time again, and admitting that they don't know everything. Admitting that by stepping into something completely new, there will be challenges that they will have to face that they hadn't had to face before. Or they're going to have to go through this cycle all over again of learning something new and learning how to do something. You may have also built a lot of stability around what you previously did. And so you could be hesitating based on that as well. You could have a lot of pride based on what you have previously built, and this, starting something new, would really destabilize it. For some reason, when I look at this word renewal, I think about a contract, like a soul contract that you have with yourself. Something that you are meant to complete or do within your life that you are being asked to step into at this time. So one cycle needs to complete itself and another one needs to renew. It needs to begin. A new way of expressing yourself. A new aspect of yourself that wants to be seen. Okay. All right, now let's look at this Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is often associated with someone who is very beautiful, handsome, and magnetic. Someone who has a lot of knowledge, has all of the resources to make something tangible. So you have all of the resources that you need. Even if you don't think that you do, even if you don't see it in front of you, or you have some challenges right now, especially in the material 3D, this is showing me that you have the ability to be very resourceful. Even in time of great need, even in time of change. So I feel like you should draw on this energy of the Queen of Pentacles to step into this new identity or this new role that you are trying to step into. This new calling or this new venture or this new project, whatever this may be, apply it to your situation. The Queen of Pentacles and embodying this energy is going to help you right now, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is someone who has knowledge and experience. So you have a certain amount of knowledge and a certain amount of experience that you can bring forward into anything new that you are trying to do or apply. You know, we can try and do many things in our life, and we think that they're not related to anything else that we do. They may seem very, very different to each other. But you would be surprised. The skills and the knowledge that you take from something previously that may not seem like it would apply, you will start to see connections. You will start to see how it can apply, how you can take this knowledge and these skills forward into something new. I'm saying this for a reason because I feel like you have something, or you have learned something or grown something that you can transmute into this, that can help you to create this new thing, whatever this might be for you. This is a message to ground yourself, to step back into your own influence and listen to your own guiding light, okay? I'm looking at this light on her chest. I feel like there's a strong emphasis on listening to your own guiding light at this time, okay? And the shadow of the Queen of Pentacles, we're getting deceit. And the card says honesty is the bridge to authentic connections. So again, there's a message about connections here. So you may not be connected to people, or not everyone that you are connected to is like an authentic, genuine connection. So this is also asking you to be very honest about your connections. Are your connections supportive? Are they reflective of where you want to be and where you want to go? Are they reflective of the person that you are trying to embody right now in your life? There are many reasons why we keep people in our life, and some of them are connected to guilt, shame, attachment, things like this, right? But sometimes moving away from others it's not a personal thing. It's just that we sometimes outgrow people. And this is the natural course of life sometimes. Not everyone is meant to stay for every season. Some people are meant to come for a season and then leave. You know, sometimes we're just meant to have an exchange. You teach them something, they teach you something. This is something that can be very difficult for us to experience, because we can get very attached to people and we don't want to see people, you know, come in and then just leave. But sometimes not everyone is meant to stay. This is something that we just have to naturally accept, all right? Like, you can look at it this way. Even when you get a new job, you may really connect with somebody at your job. But when you leave that job, or that job no longer aligns with you, you end up no longer aligning with that person, your coworker, anymore either, okay? So there's many examples of this. That is just one. But I feel like you need to get very, very honest about the connections in your life, okay? Don't deceive yourself, because the connections in our life are a huge part of our own growth. They're a huge influence in our life. And I've heard this time and time again. Many people will deceive themselves in saying, that's not true. I can have friends that are like this and like that and behave like that and still be myself and go in my own direction. But the amount of times that I have seen these people, these same people who would say that, fall into the exact same patterns and lifestyle of the people around them, okay? And they're on their own path, their own journey. They're existing on a certain vibration frequency. And if you're naturally drawn to their frequency or their vibration, and let's say they're very unsupportive people, they just want you to stay within their lifestyle, within their group, the way things are, how do you expect yourself to grow? How do you expect yourself to learn anything new with people like that around you? I feel like somebody really needed to hear this. All right, that's why it's channeling through so strong, and there's so much emphasis on it. I feel like somebody really needed to hear this. I'm pretty sure these two cards, Deceit and Obscurity, came out for some other relationship reading not too long ago. But we also had Obscurity here, and it says, in the unknown, there's room for endless possibility. And I was talking about possibility earlier in the reading. You need to have a certain level of, not necessarily comfort, because it can be a good thing to be uncomfortable and push ourselves. But you need to be okay and accept that you don't have all of the answers. Not everything is going to go to plan. You're not going to be able to predict everything that happens, okay? So you need to allow room for anything to occur, for anything to happen, and be okay with that idea, all right? Especially stepping into something new with the Fool here. You have to be okay with that obscurity, with not knowing, with sometimes walking in the dark and only using your own lantern as a light, okay? Listen to your own guiding light. All right, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. So I'm going to briefly touch on the other person here in your energy. And then we're going to go into the extended, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into you, this person, and we're also going to look at a specific situation that you're dealing with right now with the Celtic Cross. But I will pull a card for the situation just to see if it resonates with you. But there's a good chance, if this message is already resonating with you, going through your own energy here, that the extended will be for you also, okay? So let's just have a look at this other person here. So for your person, we have personal choice. We have Shaman, the Raven. So right away, I'm seeing that someone in your energy is... You could have somebody very spiritual in your energy, someone who is connected to a shamanic lineage or shamanic energies. This person is showing up as the Raven, so they could be a messenger, or they're meant to bring you a message or something very important. We also got healing, restoring hope. This person could also be a healer. For the Shaman Raven energy, we had the Summer in reverse. And we had the Tomb. We'll get into this all very, very soon. I actually forgot to pull another archetype for this person, so I'm going to pull one right now. I read the animal spirit archetypes and the human archetypes very differently. Show me what this person's archetype is, Spirit. The Queen of Wands is here again. And if you've seen last week's reading, the Queen of Wands was in a relationship reading for that as well. So I'm going to link that reading at the end of this video so you can watch it if you haven't seen it, because there could be something very important about this person in that reading. And the Queen of Wands came out for the other person in that reading too. Okay. So it looks like the Queen of Wands is showing up again. It may or may not be the same person. It could be somebody completely different for a different group in this collective. But we're going to explore this a little bit further now. And in their shadow aspect, we've got trauma and we've got betrayal, okay? And then we'll get into that extended. So I feel like this person around you, they're connected to healing energies. So they could be healing something with you, or they could be healing something within themselves. If they're not currently in this healing journey with themselves, which I feel like they might be, they're also someone who heals others or has the ability to heal others. So they could be a very powerful shaman. They could have very strong connections to the spiritual world, to the thresholds of life. They could be very liminal. They could see the world in a very different way. I feel like right now they could be facing a choice about they could be facing a choice about themselves and their own life, because we do have the personal choice card here. And this personal choice card talks about reflecting on you and your own life, and specifically about the characteristics that you embody and what you do within your life, the choices that you make, and then to embrace these qualities. So I feel like this person in your energy, they could be going through some major changes for themselves in their own life, and specifically within themselves. So, and the person's shaman card here says, you are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So this person could also have a connection to the mysteries. But I feel like they could be coming towards you with a message, or they have a message for you or something like that. So that's something extra that I'm seeing here. But they are a very powerful healer, and I feel like they could be strongly connecting with you at this time, because they are also on their own healing journey. And there's something about you on their specific journey that's very important to them. Okay. We also have the Summer and Tomb here, and the Summer is in reverse. So the Summer can also have very similar energy to the Sun. And the Summer is also in reverse. So I'm seeing you and this person have something in common right now within your energy. I feel like you're both struggling in some way to express yourself authentically, or to feel empowered. Something about where you both are right now. For you, this is about connecting to this higher calling, this inner knowing of yours. It's about stepping into your authenticity and finding your voice and finding your community. Embodying this Queen of Pentacles and being okay with the unknown, right? You could have a little bit of pride. This could be something that you are dealing with. You know, the deceit. You may be having a difficult time letting go of something, or facing the truth of your connections. For this person, and your Sun is in reverse, so this has to do with your self-expression. There's something that you're disconnected from, but this person also is disconnected from something within their own truth and their own sense of self-expression. I feel like this person is a little bit more withdrawn into themselves than you. I feel almost this grounded, outgoing energy from you that you are trying to embody. But from them, I feel like they're really struggling to make certain choices in their life and about themselves. We got the Tomb here, and the Tomb is like my inner escapism card. It's also like a place where you hold secrets and knowledge and wisdom and all of these things that you don't really let out into the world. It's the Tomb. It's where you keep all of your, those deep inner thoughts, those deep inner feelings contained, okay? So I feel like this person is struggling to express a side of them as well that may be very contained deep within a tomb, within themselves. And they're trying to make certain choices about this, about their own self-expression, about stepping into their own personal power and authenticity and expressing that, because the Summer is in reverse here too. Now, when this comes out, it can sometimes literally be linked to the summertime, and we're also seeing the Sun here. So this could have to do with the summertime. We are currently in the summer. Depending on where you are, I'm here in Canada and it's summertime here in Canada, but it may not be summertime wherever you are. But mostly I'm feeling like this is just a disconnect from yourself, from your self-expression and authenticity, okay? And I feel like you're both coming together at this time or connecting strongly right now because your sun energy is in reverse. Your authenticity is in reverse. Do you see the similarities of these two cards? They're one and the same, just slightly different. The sun is about growth and self-expression. The summer is about realizing that expression. So I feel like this person is really struggling to bring something into realization, or they're really struggling that they realize something and they don't know how to accept it. I feel like this could potentially be what they're coming towards you with. This person could already be in your life, but I feel like they may open up to you about something very personal to them. It could have something to do with this tomb energy here. Something that they have buried within themselves. I feel like this person could also be a little bit more withdrawn at this time while they're trying to figure things out for themselves. But I feel like they could also have strong connections to esoteric knowledge or the occult. So they could also potentially be... So they could be exploring this as well within their life or within themselves and what this means for them. They are embodying the Queen of Wands, however, and this is a very passionate, creative energy. So this person could be a creative spirit. They could have a creative spirit. They could do something creative, or they may want to collaborate with you in some way. Maybe you two are going to be coming together to realize something together, or your purpose is to bring each other into balance or to help each other realize your potential, because I'm seeing a lot of potential in the both of you. So I feel like you could potentially be a very good support system for each other. This person has connections to betrayal and trauma, so some of what they're experiencing right now could have to do with healing some betrayal and trauma. We do have the healing card here from their Drocanus aspect. So I feel like they may have experienced something or gone through something that was significant to them. It really imprinted on them. It may have changed the course of their life, or they may have woken up to something, had some sort of spiritual awakening, or just awakening about their current path. I feel like some of this trauma has to do with betrayal, so they may have been betrayed, or they may have felt betrayed. This can also be self-betrayal. So this person could be struggling at the time to accept and forgive themselves, or to accept and forgive the past. So this could be something this person is dealing with. So before I get into the very specific details of the both of you here, I'm just going to pull an energy for the Celtic Cross that we're going to explore in the extended to see what the specific situation is for you. I'm going to take this one. So we have the Knight of Pentacles here, so I feel like I'm not going to focus completely on the... So this energy is tied to you. Okay, I'm going to get some separate energy for you and this person together, but this is focused on you. And so your current situation is the Knight of Pentacles, so you are either working consistently towards something, or you are waiting for something to come in, and it's taking a long time, or more time than you are wanting to wait for. Okay, but I do feel like you are persistently and consistently working towards something. I feel like you're in this creator mindset. You want to create something, and you're okay with the process of creating something. I feel like this is the threshold that you are standing on right now. All right, so we're going to explore that more in the extended. I don't want to go any further with this right here because it's turning into a very long reading here. But we are going to get into a lot of details, including more details about this person here and the connection between you in the extended reading. So if you would like to see that, I will have that linked in the description, and I will also have it linked in the comments when this video goes live. Thursday evening or Friday evening, okay? That's when I usually post the weekly. All right, so you can join me over on the extended now, but if this is where we part, then thank you very much for clicking on this video. If this resonated with you, join our circle and join us here on YouTube and over on Patreon if you would like. I also post exclusive content over there, and I'm also developing a tarot course right now called the Tarot Archive, which will be fully released around the end of August or sometime after that. So thank you for being here. I hope this was helpful to you. I will see you next week. Bye for now.